What's up? How's it going, Dota 2 fans? Are you guys ready for another Dota 2 pub stomp? Well, I am, and today I got one of my favorite solo mid heroes, Death Prophet. Solo mid heroes are probably one of the best ways to pub stomp, actually. But, just as a quick side note, don't pick up more than one for your team. It typically doesn't go well. Death Prophet is all about pushing and team fighting, so stay in your lane until you get your first mid tower down, unless you see an easy gank somewhere and can get a guaranteed kill. I like to pick up a circlet, an iron branch, and a set of tangos. This allows me to pick up a quick bottle while still having enough regen in case I get harassed early. Try to get your bottle out to you as quick as possible, so you can try to control the runes. Death Prophet isn't the easiest solo mid hero to do this, but hopefully your team will have some wards up for you. If they don't, check the top rune first always, and hope you get lucky. Death Prophet's first ability, Crypt Storm, sends a swarm of winged beasts to savage enemy units in front of Death Prophet. This ability deals 100 to 300 damage based on the level, has an 8-second cooldown, and has an increasing mana cost based on the level as well. I like to get 3 points into this, since from 3 to 4 it only increases the damage by 50 while increasing the mana cost as well. This way you can spam it more often, clearing the creep waves. Try to use this ability early to pick up last hits and harass the enemy at the same time. The next ability, Silence, prevents enemy units in a target area from casting spells. This has a 900 cast range, an increasing radius and duration based on the level, a cooldown of 15, and an 80 mana cost. I typically skip putting any points into this ability early so that I can max out my Witchcraft first, allowing me to have a stronger push. Witchcraft is a passive that gives an increasing movement speed based on the level, as well as a mana cost and cooldown decrease on Crypt Storm and Silence based on the level, and then a bonus Exorcism Spirit based on the level of the passive ability. Death Prophet has a beast of an ultimate. Exorcism has an increasing spirits that it releases depending on the level that drain the life of nearby enemy units and structures. It has a radius of 700, and the spirits deal 43 to 48 physical damage and drain 25% of that as life. It has a 100-second cooldown and a fairly large mana cost depending on the level. Exorcism has a duration of 30 seconds, and at the end of the duration, the spirits will return to Death Prophet, returning the HP to her that they stole from their targets. Once you reach level 6, look for an opportunity to destroy the enemy mid tier 1 tower. Try to harass your opponent out of lane and push up to the tower and then activate your ultimate. Stay in range so that the spirits can continue to damage it, but try not to pick up the aggro from the tower, unless you know that your spirits will be returning to yourself shortly, giving you all of the HP that they have stolen. Try to make sure though that you get the last hit on the tower. That will give you around 500 gold, as well as secure about 200 gold for the rest of your team. If it's denied by the enemy, you lose out on a lot of potential gold. Once the middle tower is down, that will give you a lot more room to move freely around the map. So make sure you look for your next opportunity to gank, push, or both. Remember that when your ultimate is being used on enemy targets, try to stay in range of them so that your spirits continue to attack them. And then if they happen to stay still, then go ahead and throw a Crypt Storm and some auto attacks. As a quick side note, remember that your ultimate can be used to kill Roshan. That's because it deals physical damage. It's not quite as good at early levels, but with some help you could potentially get this if you know that you're going to be safe. At higher levels, however, this is much easier. Continue to knock down all of the tier 1 enemy towers, and then once you have that done, then move on to the tier 2 towers. Group up with your team if needed to take them out, or you could try split pushing. Try not to die just to get a tower, but as always, make sure you do your best to get the last hit on the tower. Move around to each tower with your team, and then, if a team fight happens to occur, be ready to switch targets from the tower to the enemy team. Try to hit as many people with your silence as possible, but make sure you get the most crucial enemies with the silence. Also remember that at the end of your ultimate's duration, the spirits will return to you, giving you the life that they have stolen. Try to use this to your advantage so you can stay in the fight as long as possible. Items on Death Prophet are very situational, but if you and your team are doing very well, build mana boots, and then you can disassemble them later to work towards your bloodstone. Then once you have the bloodstone, then you can save up for boots of travel. Then some of the other situational items that you can get are Force Staff, Scythe of Vice, Yule's Scepter, Black King Bar, Shiva's Guard, or Heart of Tarask. Or even a cheap item that you can get for a little extra survivability as well as move speed could be a Drum of Endurance. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out some of my other videos. And if you have a suggestion for a hero or another video that you would like to see me do, leave a comment below, or you can email me at sweetshot3@gmail.com. Now, go stomp some pubs with Death Prophet and let them know how you got so pro.